bloody hell, it's hot as bollocks here. We're under a heat advisory. This stuff sucks. What's going on everyone in YouTube world? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. This is the Cockney biker, and today I'm going to talk about a couple of things here to do with motorcycles. Now, every year manufacturers come out with more and more innovations and new designs and, you know, and different takes on technologies with regards to motorcycles and gear and helmets and things like that. And so I was sort of thinking about earlier on today about, you know, some of those innovations and some of the things that I would like to see, some of the things I don't want to see, and some of the things that I don't know. Well, I'll get to the point in a second. Cue the intro. Now there seems to be a lot of like the more exuberant touring models that Honda are coming out with, some of the latest Goldwings, which now give you the option of like an automatic transmission. I don't like that. You know, a motorcycle with an automatic transmission, as I've always been aware of, is a moped. Otherwise, it sort of takes away from the intricacies of riding a motorcycle. The actual being there, the paying attention to what you're doing. I mean, if you go to Europe, places like that, you know, you'll see lots of cars. You won't see many with automatic transmissions. They like their gears, their 5 shifters. It gives them greater control over things like, you know, traction and fuel economy when they're driving. I think if you make it too easy for people to drive, then, you know, it gives them other things they want to do, like texting and having their lunch and coffee and shaving in the mornings as they go to work, or do their eye makeup and stuff. So, no, I don't want to. I wouldn't think about buying a motorcycle with an automatic transmission. It just sort of takes away from the whole ultimate control of your vehicle. Now, things I do want to see, I do like to see the idea of anti-lock brakes or ABS. I'm cool with that. What I don't really want is to be locked into an option where you have no choice but to have linked brakes to go along with those ABSs. Now, Harleys are notorious for this, and they're like top-of-the-line touring models. You get ABS, they come with linked brakes. And I don't like the idea of, like, you know, one lever or one pedal does it all. I would like to have the option to turn that off, but they don't give you that option. A little bit sucky. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, you know, linked brakes for maybe just the front brake, you know, in case, you know, you're riding around, you've got your feet on the highway pegs and, like, you know, want to just sort of kind of slow down a bit, then fine, fair enough, I get that, and that's not a problem. I just want the option to turn it off. Things I do want to see. It'd be nice if they could come out with tyres that lasted a bit more than 15,000 miles and cost half the amount. That was one of the vlogs, not vlogs actually, that was one of the news articles I was reading with regards to motorcycle innovation. And some of the new motorcycles they were coming out with, they said, oh, this bike's amazing, it'll last you forever. Goes, yeah, well, the bloody tyres won't. I mean, they got tyres on cars like doing like 100,000 miles. You know, the average is a 50,000 mile warranty tyre. If they could do the same with a motorcycle, that would be great. Thank you. Yes, I know it's a completely different composite material and there's not even any rubber into it. It's designed to last you for, you know, it's designed to traction as well as road control and all that fun stuff. But they charge quite a pretty penny for tyres, so I really would like to see something a bit more optional. I read an article earlier on that there's several percentage points for all riders, especially women now. They're sort of gearing their motorcycles towards women-friendly motorcycles, and I'm totally into the idea of women riders. You may have seen some of my earlier videos where I was like going on about how we need more women riders. You know, we've done my part. My missus and my daughter ride, so motorcycles for them is going to be a great idea. Now, another thing about some of the new motorcycle innovations I want to mention is traction control. Now, on your high-end motorcycles, they like to spit out these new computerized gadgets that sort of basically control your traction during certain weather conditions. Well, that's what a bloody clutch is for. Don't make it easy on like you know, throttle heavy people to just open up and be all safe and all that. They get off one of those bikes and they get onto something without any traction control and they crank it open in like frosty weather, then yes, you're going to have problems. The real traction control is how you operate the vehicle. If it's snowing and icy outside and you're riding, then obviously don't ride like an idiot. Don't think you can pull wheelies and all that. I don't know, sometimes just makes a great excuse to charge an extra couple of grand for someone. You know, if they're buying a premium bike, then I suppose those are the sort of things that they want. Now, another thing that seems to be like coming out these days, or at least they're trying to bring it out, is like heads-up displays on your helmets. Now, I like the idea of that sort of thing, but what I think is going to happen is all the manufacturers of their own motorcycles are going to come out with their own particular helmet, forcing you to have to buy their helmet at obviously quadruple cost. Now, you might skimp on like quality of the actual material itself or the helmet. It won't be a shoey, or it just might barely be a dock compatible helmet, but just because it's got a fancy heads-up display. I've often found that in this country there aren't many things that are universal. Especially when it comes to like bike systems communicating with a helmet. And why do motorcycle manufacturers charge so much money for a GPS on your motorcycles? What they really should do is just have something that you can plug into your phone with its own GPS. Google Maps flashes up on the screen, you punch in where you want to go, and off you go. BMW are notorious for this. They'll charge you $1,000 for a GPS. Indian, like, they give you a lovely little ride master or ride command system there, but you still have to pay extra for the GPS portion on it. Otherwise, all you've got is just a glorified radio. It's not like you stick a movie in there and watch it while you're riding. The ability for the motorcycle systems to bounce off your phone. And a nice compartment on the front of your dash or something like that, if you've got one of those big fairings, where you can actually put your phone in it, there, it's displayed right there in front of you. Engine temperature, fuel pressure, fuel gauge, like oil gauges and stuff like that, engine temperature. I said that already. But you know what I mean. Would be nice to see that. Instead of making you pay through the nose for their own sort of systems, their own heads up, or their own like displays on the dash. Now, another thing I would really love to see is a bit more innovation when it comes to motorcycle security. Steering locks just don't cut it anymore. Ask anyone who lives in London who's ever had a moped. Ask, like, you know, yeah, ask Uncle Red Devil. That poor guy has to cocoon his motorcycle in chains and all sorts of security. You see, what they do these days, they go out there with those battery-powered grinders. They grind off locks that people put on their bikes and chains that they wrap them up in. They break the steering lock. It's as simple as just putting your foot on the handlebar and giving it a good kick. Boost the steering lock right off. And then they're free to ride. Now, this is mostly on mopeds and little 125s and things like that. I don't think they'd be too interested in big, like, you know, £500 cruisers or £700 tourers. Now, alarms are great, but like I said, you go to places like London and all that, you see like YouTube videos of like these kids getting off those little mopeds, going up there with the grinders, grinding off the locks and grinding the chains off the bikes. The alarms are going completely apeshit, but they don't care. It's like no one seems to pay attention to that, or no one really cares about it. Personally, myself, a good security system on a motorcycle will be like, you know, a 15-inch spike in the bottom end of the seat there, like if the bike knows it's being stolen, rams that right up your asses. Or battery powered saw blades that come out there and chop your knees off. Now that would be a deterrent. See somebody with missing hands, missing limbs, and a big spike shoved up their asses. But yeah, something a bit more in the terms of security would be nice. Not just alarms and like steering locks. Yep, that covers pretty much everything that I can think of right now to do with things that I want to see or I don't want to see on motorcycles. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, it's just down there, and there's some more videos over there. As always, I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for the view. Take care of yourselves, mind, there you go, ride safe, and later.